How everybody doing, man? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Ugh. How y'all doing? Sorry, y'all. I know it's been a minute since I've been back on here, y'all. I just be busy. I be so busy, and today I just decided to go live uh, for a little bit. I got something to do within about an hour, so I ain't gonna be on here too long. Uh, any topic, y'all. Any topic. I think this Sunday coming up, I'm gonna do another live Q&A show. I'll probably stay on for probably about 2 to 3 hours. I've been having a lot of people contact me about when I'm gonna go live again. I'm sorry, I be busy trying to make it through this day, man. Make sure I got my comments on. Live chat. Yeah, do the live chat. So any questions, y'all? I don't have a call-in number right now. But any questions that y'all have, just go ahead. What was it? Any 42 section 1983 questions as far as litigating your lawsuit, let me know. I'll answer those questions. I'm still studying equity. I really believe that a court of equity is the way to go. And it's filing a bill in equity, which is another word for a complaint, it's the same thing, y'all. They're just calling it a different thing. They just calling it something different, a different title. But basically, you have to plead facts that are. Let me rephrase that. You have to plead facts that show that this is an action in equity, and the facts need to be sufficient in equity, so to speak, to justify why you're asking for the equitable remedy that you're asking for. Because remember when I told y'all all of these so-called courts, they were separate courts. But what they did was they merged all of the courts into one court. That's what they did, y'all. And I've been searching for cases to show y'all so that y'all can see this for yourselves, because a court of law is a common law court. A court of equity, maritime and admiralty. I think admiralty and maritime courts, I think they had their own court. As far as they were just in one actual court, or so to speak, or it's not really a court, an agency, or so to speak. And equity and common law, they had their own courts, but all of them had their own rules of procedures. And they've changed the Yusuf is right with what he's saying. They've changed the names of the some of the bonds. So they I was reading a law dictionary, not a law dictionary. I was reading, I think it was American Jurisprudence about 2 or 3 days ago when I was in the law library, and they were talking about bonds and the different types of so-called what was it jurisdictions, or so to speak. But they never call it admiralty in these books. They call them statutory bonds. I don't know why they do that, other than the fact that they're trying to conceal from you the true nature of the action. That's the only reason that I can come up with. But they call them statutory bonds. But there is a case. I need to finish reading that case. It's about 50 pages long. But in that case, it discusses that you can enforce the admiralty jurisdiction on the land or something like that, to that effect. I have to go and read that case because I'm still studying that too. But do y'all have any 42 Section 1983 questions? Any questions about equity, filing a writ? Y'all do know what was I gonna say? Y'all do know that there are two ways that you can file a lawsuit or a petition or whatever in the Supreme Court. There's two ways because there are two Supreme Courts. Now, I'm not sure if y'all know that, but they're really two courts, y'all. They're two courts. One of them, when Congress created one, it functions just like the other Supreme Court, except for there's a statute that is used to invoke that so-called court's jurisdiction. Y'all do me a favor, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Not subscribe button, but the that like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead. But if you're appealing to the U.S. Supreme Court via that statute, that is the so-called Supreme Court that was created by Congress. But if you are filing a petition, hold on, y'all. Stank. You don't have no shoes on. Get in the house. Get in the house now. Now, get in the house. You don't have no shoes on. Y'all already know I don't like that. Sorry about that. I'm on uncle duty today, y'all. Sorry about that. Get in the house. You can come back outside. Just put some shoes on. Get in the house. Anyway, sorry about that, y'all. If you you have, in order to appeal to the Supreme Court for the United States of America. Money. I'm on the phone, man. But in order for you to appeal to that court, you need to use an article in the Constitution that properly invokes that court's jurisdiction. That's what you need to do. There are two Supreme Courts. It's two of them. They like to call them courts, but they're not courts, y'all. They're administrative agencies. They are administrative agencies. That's what they are. Let's see if I can see some of these comments. Appreciate you for sharing your knowledge, peace, truth. Who's that, James? Thank you, James. What is this? It's so small. I can't even see this stuff, y'all. FYI, Empowerment, Episode 1, Circle 2017. Washington was paid $300 million signed by the former Queen Elizabeth. Oh, I have to read that. I've never really heard of that. Hit that like button for me, y'all, if y'all don't mind. Hit that like button for me. What else I was going to say? They are administrative agencies. Y'all need to get that through your head. To be honest with you, I don't think none of them are courts. To be honest with you, I don't think none of them are courts. I'm still studying it a little, but they are filing lawsuits against people. They doing business with people. That's what they're doing. So I don't know what else to tell y'all. As far as the lawsuits go, the 42 Section 1983 lawsuits. If you're new to my channel, if you've never watched any of my videos or whatever, I have successfully sued police officers in federal court pursuant to 42 Section 1983. I won that lawsuit by settlement. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. In regards to that settlement, you can win this case. The trick, in my opinion, you have to get you a good, honest, so-called judge. Because I, to be honest with y'all, I was shocked that I even got that settlement, to be honest with you. Because I know they don't play fair. And if you're not an attorney, then hold on, y'all. What's that? I know your birthday now, and I'm on the phone.
But it is.
It's not. But I'm on the phone, Stank. Go ahead. I'm on the phone. Bye-bye. I'm busy. When I ain't busy, I come back in now. Sorry about that, y'all. I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was talking about that settlement. there was who was it? It was a magistrate judge. The magistrate judge, I forgot his name, but he was a pretty good judge, y'all. He was a pretty good magistrate judge. I believe overall he treated me fairly. He did do something that I didn't like. He was I forgot what he did, but he did something that I didn't like, and I filed a bunch of objections. And the U.S. district judge, she didn't rule on my objections. She didn't say I was right, and she didn't say I was wrong in regards to my objections to the report and recommendation of the magistrate judge. That's another reason I settled my case. When she did that, I said, "No, I don't trust her. Let me settle this case. I don't trust her." Because if you're not an attorney, you're not supposed to go in there and win. For some reason, these folks just think that they're the only ones qualified to go in there and litigate a case. For some reason. If you ask me, they just some hating motherfuckers. If you ask me, they just haters. But that's what's going on. Do any of y'all have any lawsuits pending, any criminal cases? I can give you some advice on criminal cases. Y'all know they don't play fair, just to let y'all know. So what works in one jurisdiction may not work in another, because these people do not play fair. Hit that like button for me, y'all, if y'all don't mind. Please hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Y'all know these people do not play fair. They just don't. You can forget about that. I've been to jail before. I've lost cases before, so-called lost cases, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That was years ago. I know what the hell I'm doing now. But if you're afraid to go to jail, this shit is not for you. You need to just stop. Don't even watch any more videos. Don't file any paperwork, because these people don't play fair. They're going to bully you. They're going to do whatever it takes to try to intimidate you, and to make you cop out to some sort of plea or admit some type of liability, so that so you can't really sue them or something like that. That's just what they do. They're going to drag their feet. They're never going to tell you the truth, and you're crazy if you think they're going to tell you the nature of the action. I've had one judge on the record in a circuit court, so-called circuit court. I was trying to ascertain the nature of the action in the court, and he looked at me and he said, "It's not common law," and that was it. He didn't say nothing else. He didn't say nothing else. Hold on, what is it? It's McKinnon, presumptions of court, Adrian. People must rebut all corporate administrative presumptions, assumptions, and colorings of law. I can believe that. What I don't understand is, I mean, I have a theory, but what I don't understand is how much of what is going on in here in this administrative agency is a presumption. Is every damn thing in here a presumption? That's what it seems like. Seems like every damn thing in there is a presumption. It's a presumption that you're a person. It's a presumption that you're a U.S. citizen. It's a presumption that these so-called statutes apply to you. What it is? It's a I forgot what they call that. I forgot what they call it. I don't want to confuse nobody, so I ain't gonna speak on it. But if you ask me, every damn thing in there is a presumption, and you're gonna have to rebut a whole bunch of shit up in there. But the way around, in my opinion, the way around that presumption is to invoke the Sixth Amendment. Just act dumb, like you don't know what the hell going on, and just ask the court for the nature of the action. The so-called, notice I said the court. That's a fiction. Why are you talking to a fiction? How can you talk to a fiction? The court said, the court held, the court did. This shit is a fiction. Everything in that jurisdiction, in my opinion, is a fiction. Every damn thing. When you study equity, they're always petitioning for injunctions, so their rights are not violated, or something like that, to that effect. Or they're trying to invoke a right that they have under some sort of contract when they're in equity. What is going on here? I'm sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to see what is that going on. I'll be going live Sunday, y'all. I'll go live for probably about 2, maybe 3 hours. I'll go live, and we'll just go from there.
No phone, right?
I'm live right now. I'm live right now. Get back. I'm on the phone right now. I'll come and holler at y'all when I get off the phone. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm on uncle duty today. So my nieces and nephews, they love me, y'all. They love me. They tell me I'm the soft uncle, or so to speak, or whatever, because I let them get away with a lot of shit. But anyway, y'all hit that like button for me. Any cases, anything y'all want to discuss? Civil cases, divorces, child custody, anything. I wish I had my a call-in number for y'all, so y'all wouldn't have to type so much. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't have a call-in number today. This was just random. I really didn't even intend to go live today, to be honest with you. This was just random. I'm looking at this other phone too. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see. Y'all got any questions for me, man? How everybody doing? How's the weather? How's your day? How's your Friday? What are your plans for the weekend? I'm chilling. I'm not doing nothing this weekend. I took the day off from work. I didn't go to work. I take the day off when I want to. Because I'm my own boss now. I started a little small business, doing a little lawn care. So that's what I do right now. Yeah, I posted it. If y'all are new to my channel, I post a lot of cases in the community section on my channel. With the cases and the case citation for y'all to go and read for yourself. The reason I do that is because I want y'all to know that no, you are not fucking crazy. You're not crazy. Those are real cases, just to let you know. So I would advise y'all to go and read those cases that I post in the community section of my channel. Those cases, I've been posting cases there for probably a year. My channel is probably about a year old. That's a good question. Well, to answer your question, in my opinion, before they merge those two courts together, then you would only have to you couldn't combine it for real. You really couldn't you couldn't combine it before they merged those rules together. Before they merged those rules and those courts together. So if there was an adequate remedy for you in a court of law, you couldn't get that remedy in a court of equity. You would have to file your action in a court of law to get that remedy. And if you couldn't get an equitable remedy in a court of law, you would have to file a bill in equity to get the remedy that you're asking for in equity. Is the remedy that you're asking for sounding of equity, or is it at law? Is it common law? I would say filing a breach of contract lawsuit I think that's pretty easy. I've never done it. On a scale of 1 to 10 of how certain I am that I can do it, I'm probably about a 9. Because all of this stuff is easy, y'all. If you don't know what to do, then all you have to do is go and read the cases. Somebody fucked up somewhere in some case, and the so-called judge is going to tell them where she or he fucked up at in the case when litigating, or when they were drafting their suit. And like in courts of equity, they're called suits. In common law, they're called actions. Like, for example, in a court of law, The initial pleading is called if I'm not mistaken, a declaration in a court of common law. It's called a declaration. Statutory relief. Okay, so what state are you in, if you don't mind me asking? What state is that? Because that state that you're in may or may not have merged those two jurisdictions together. Some states, they didn't do it. It's not many of them, but some states, they didn't do it. Arizona. I believe Arizona did it. So what you would do in that particular case, since they've merged all of the courts together and all of those rules of procedure together, then you should be able to get all of the remedies that you're asking for in one court, as long as you plead your case right. It's always about the facts. Remember, it's always about the facts. If you plead the facts good, you should be good. And they should be able to give you an equitable remedy and a remedy at law. Like an equitable remedy is like an injunction or some shit like that. And I'm just not learning this shit, to be honest with you, because I didn't study equity, but I'm catching on pretty fast. I didn't used to study equity. I didn't really think that it was important, but I really believe that it is important now, to be honest with you. So that's why I've been studying equity. If you can draft a complaint, a motion, or whatever, you can draft a bill in equity. All of this stuff is the same as long as y'all apply the same principles that I'm telling you. It's always about the facts. You only plead facts that are relevant to proving why you are suing for what you're suing for and why you're asking for whatever you're asking for. If these facts prove that, then you plead them. If you don't plead them, it's like that they didn't happen, they don't exist. Always plead it. And you have to think like an attorney. Yeah, that's right. Specific performance that's an equitable remedy. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say, man. I really forgot. If y'all watching the video, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna see if I can find some of these cases on here on my channel. What is this? Hold on, y'all. Do you have an idea of what you're pleading in your case as far as specific performance? What you need to do is you need to find cases that addressed the elements of hold on, y'all. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. I thought that was my nephew coming to the call. But anyway, you need to read cases that show you how to plead facts and that give you the elements that you need, that shows you what you need to what type of allegations that you need to allege in your bill in equity to properly invoke that court's jurisdiction. I'm convinced that it's not a court now, because I told y'all my theory, and I read one case on it so far. I didn't read any more. I read one case on it to where I was correct. Before I even read the case, that was just a theory that I thought. What they are doing is they are creating administrative agencies via statutes, and they are calling these agencies statutes, and they are investing quasi-limited equity jurisdiction and common law jurisdiction into these administrative agencies. So when I say limited jurisdiction, it means there are certain types of cases that they can handle, and there are certain types of remedies that they can so-called give you, and there are certain remedies that they can't give you. That's what they're doing. I don't care if they call it a court, y'all. It don't matter if they call it a court. Would you rather be in a litigation? What do you mean, Chris? Once you I'm gonna tell y'all something. Once you litigate a case, like once you're a plaintiff in a case, this shit is gonna be so much. It's gonna be so clear to you because you are a prosecutor, whether you know it or not. You are a prosecutor. When you're a litigant, that's why they'll dismiss your case if you don't prosecute your case. They'll dismiss it, and they call it a dismissal for want of prosecution because you're not prosecuting the case. You're a prosecutor. No type of evidence can get filed in that court's docket unless you get a copy of it. When I was litigating my federal lawsuit, me and the attorney that they hired, we had to talk about everything. And I mean everything. We had to talk about everything. He had my phone number, he had my email address, my P.O. box, and anything that he wanted to file in that docket, on that court's docket, I had to get a copy of it before he can file it in that docket. Hey, what's up, Stank?
We got a field trip tomorrow, so I need $2.
$2. You trying to finesse me, Stank. You think you sleep. I ain't got it right now, Stank. I ain't got no change right now, but when I get it, I get it to you. I'm on the phone right now.
What baby?
She at daycare.
What's next day?
In the house.
Yeah, what's next day?
Your granny, all right. Your granny got him. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm on the phone now. Come on now. Thank you. He says, I got a default judgment for Chase Bank to discharge the alleged obligation and the account balance to reflect zero and correct. It says, and correct data furnished to credit reporting agencies. However, I cited state arbitration, the word statutes and UCC. So I'm assuming I would grant statutory relief and possible specific form. So what you're saying is you have a default judgment against them. If you have a default judgment against them and they're refusing to do that, you can file a motion to compel. You in federal court or you in state court? I'm gonna see if I can find that rule for you. You in federal or state court? Or you state, okay. Arizona. You can file. Let me see if I can find these rules for you right quick. You can file a motion to compel, and you can file probably a motion for sanctions, a motion to hold them in contempt for willful willful refusal or something like that to violate. To abide by the court's order or something like that. That's an equitable remedy, just to let you know. It's very similar to an equitable remedy when they doing shit like that. So we in Arizona. We're gonna say a motion to compel. Arizona rules, and it's a civil procedure. Rules of civil procedure. Okay, and we're gonna say. I'm gonna say a motion to compel. Here it is right here. Let me see if I can find the rule. Looks like 37. Failure to make disclosure to cooperate in discovery sanctions. I don't think it should be. I don't know. I think I might have lost signal. I don't know if I lost signal or not. Hold on, Chris. Let me answer his question about that, Chris. Give me a second. You can damn, what's that damn? I think it's on the federal level. I think it's Rule 7. It's just basically you just bring the motion by that particular rule, and you can ask for anything that you want within that particular rule. So you probably can file a motion to compel using that rule. Give me a second. I'm gonna find the rule that you need, though. I'm gonna see if I can find it. My phone is doing something. My other phone is doing something weird right now. Civil procedure, motion to compel. There's another one how you can A writ of execution. Damn, well, I forgot the name of that rule, man. I wish I could find that rule. We're gonna have to keep those questions. I'm gonna go live Sunday, and we'll do probably about 2, maybe 3 hours, y'all. Let me see. Well, my question was geared more towards how do I know if I was granted statutory relief or specific performance or both. I would need to see that court order, to be honest with you. I would need to see the order to read it and see. Sorry, didn't intend to rush you. Was just clarifying the sentence that got messed up. Okay. It says, would you rather be in a litigation situation or an arbitration situation? Okay, Chris, are you the plaintiff or are you the defendant? If you're the plaintiff, litigate that motherfucker. If you're the defendant, you might want to negotiate some settlements or something like that. Let's gear more towards, let's see. Yeah. All of this stuff is easy, y'all. I swear to y'all. All of this shit is easy. These people are not smarter than you, man. They just read. If you go to your law, I guarantee you, somewhere in your county, you are within at least, you probably have, it shouldn't be no more than 100 miles. Your county has a local law library in there. And in that law library, there's probably $2-3 million in there. $2 million, $3 million just worth of books in there. You're sitting on the shelf. They granted default judgment was my own proposed order. The granted default judgment was my own proposed order. If you got a default judgment against the bank and you're trying to enforce the judgment, there should be, I got to go and read those rules of procedure, but I'm sure that your remedy is in those rules of procedure. That's good, man. And you need to be on their ass. Like how they be on your ass when you miss payments. You need to be on their ass like stank on shit. You need to be on their ass. That's what you need to do. Don't let up at all. Zero out the balance. Ain't no money. Everything is a negotiable instrument. Ain't no money. Can a DBA shut down third-party debt collection suit? Doing business? Do you mean like doing business as? I kind of really don't understand that question for real. It's a little confusing. Yeah, well, right now they just filed a motion to vacate. Don't let them file nothing in there. Challenge every motherfucking thing. Y'all had time. Y'all knew what the fuck y'all was doing. You a fucking bank. You know how many attorneys they got? And it's just little old you. Just little old you by yourself. Little old you. Ain't no telling how many attorneys they got. They probably whole motherfucking law firm against you. They had one against me. Don't let up off their ass at all. Fuck them. Let me see. What was that? Let me see what that name says. I'm sorry, y'all. The words are so little on this phone, I can't even see them, y'all. Emporium. Can a DBA shut down a third-party debt collection suit? My express trust owning my name as a DBA. I don't know. I'm a little confused. I don't really study trust, right? I kind of do want to get into it, but I don't want to give you the wrong advice. So right now, I'm not qualified to answer that question, to be honest with you. Sorry about that. I kind of understand the question, but then I don't. So like I said, I don't want to give you the wrong advice. Yeah. Where is that rule at? It might be. Let me see. Okay, you got a default judgment in it. You're welcome. You're welcome. He's got a default judgment. It actually might be in that same rule. Let me see. Let's see if it's in this rule. I'm gonna see if it's in this rule. Does my e-verify give you the right status? What the hell? What does that mean? Does my e-verify? What do you? I don't really understand the question. I'm sorry. Can you reword it or ask it as something? I don't understand the question. So he got a default judgment. When did they make that? When did they move the court to vacate that default judgment against them? Because they got 30 days to do it. And also, on what grounds are they trying to get that judgment vacated against them? Do you know? If you there are only certain types of there are only certain grounds that the court will vacate a default judgment, because it's discretionary. They don't have to do it. So if I was you, I would go and read cases on it, and I would go and read that rule, because it, from what I'm seeing, let me see if this is Rule 23. Let me see, a default judgment be entered against. No, that's 55. Okay, so it looks like the Arizona rules of civil procedure are very similar to the federal rules of civil procedure, just like the rules are here. Okay, so my DUI case is closed. However, it's criminal. But if these are actually civil in nature, wouldn't that be false and misleading, or have some grounds to get the case charges deleted from my? Yeah, you would be correct. That would be correct, but they're not gonna tell you that. All of this shit, they filing lawsuits against y'all, man. You are dealing with the state, and the state in its corporate capacity. In the sovereign capacity, that would be you. In my opinion, that would be you. When I file paperwork in court, I tell them motherfuckers, I am the state. I am an extension of the state's sovereignty. If you take all of the people from the state, what the fuck do you have? Nothing. Not a damn thing. The motion to vacate was just days after the default judgment. Okay, so they filed it within time, but let me go. I'm gonna go over this rule with you. You're in state court. You're in Arizona. Here's the rule. It's local practice. This is, what do you see? Arizona rules, civil city. I don't know if this is it. I might be reading the wrong rule. Westlaw, Arizona court rules. Let me go somewhere else. I'm about to read you the standard right now. But look, when any type of civil charge that criminal, so-called criminal charge that you get, just go up in there and ask for the nature of the action. They can't move forward until they disclose to you the nature of the action. The reason why you want to know the nature of the action is because all of these courts were separate and they had their own rules of procedure. So let's say you go into court, so-called quasi-criminal charges were filed against you, and you ask the so-called judge the nature of the action, and the judge says, "Oh, it is admiralty," and so you would go to the admiralty rules of procedure, and you would make sure that a bond was filed, and I don't know all of the rules to admiralty procedure, whatever you want to call it. I don't know all of the rules, but those rules would govern that particular proceeding. I think I had the right one. Let me see. I think it's under the same rule. Give me a second, man. I'm reading it for you right now. I might have to wait until I get home to do this, because this damn phone is tripping with my other. This is my business phone. It's tripping. But this rule right here, it sounds very similar to the actual rule. So I'm gonna read you that one. Where is it? It says, for good cause shown and upon terms the court deems just. Notice they said the court deems just. Y'all know that's equity. They're doing equity. That's what the fuck they're doing. That's why they're setting aside their judgment. That's equity. For good cause shown and upon terms the court deems just. The court may set aside a judgment entered upon a failure to appear, a motion to set aside. Well, did they not file anything in your case? They just fuck it. You just thought you did. They just assumed that you didn't know what you was doing or what. Let me see the motion. Panama County Consolidated Justice case. Well, the DUI case is closed. Happened a few years ago before I got in this. Oh, well, you probably need to just let that shit go then, man. I had an attorney who pleaded guilty. Yeah, that's what they do. I'm now looking to see how I can delete that case. The only thing that I know, when cases like that, and and the time has passed by, you have to go after their jurisdiction. If you can prove that so-called court did not have jurisdiction to enter that judgment, then you can get that judgment set aside and vacated or whatever, or nullified, or so to speak. Or you can do some sort of ineffective assistance of counsel, and you could get it overturned like that and probably get a trial de novo or get the shit thrown out. The reason why they're going to stick you with an attorney is because they don't have in personam jurisdiction over you without an attorney unless you waive your right. They did, but I got the court to not file into the defendant's paperwork for not following court rules and procedure. What the fuck? Boy, that paperwork you must have filed against them. That must be some serious paperwork if they didn't file court rules and procedure. You must know what the fuck you doing. Okay, it was my own DUI attorney I hired. Yeah, that's how they do. But you know what? I mean, that's a lesson learned for you, man. It should be. I've had a lot of lessons learned for myself too, man. So I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I had a case. They didn't even have a fucking witness, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I still got convicted. I tried the case by myself. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I lost. They didn't even have a witness. The prosecutor and the attorney, this motherfucker pulls out a piece of paper and starts reading from this paper and says, defendant was seen, blah, 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 like, blah, 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 like, that shit is inadmissible. All that shit is hearsay. You don't have no witness to identify me that they seen nothing. I didn't know this shit at the time, but I lost, had to do 30 days in jail. Lesson learned. Won't happen no more, though. Won't happen no more. I know what the fuck I'm doing right now. So don't feel bad, man. Don't feel bad. All this shit is trial and error, man. It's trial and error. Let's see. They did, but I got the court to not file enter the defendant's paperwork. Damn right. You got to follow the rules. If you got that, you probably be in a good court. If did the judge order that? That so-called judge ordered that, or was it the clerk? Off the record, well, glad some good lessons came out of it. Yeah, tell me about it, Chris. Tell me about it. Yeah, I just learned too that we gotta object to the prosecutor or the defendant's hearsay test. Yeah, I made a video on it. What is it? Trinsley versus Pagliario or something like that. When I went and showed y'all, that's a principle. That doesn't just apply in that particular so-called state. That applies everywhere. If you're not a witness, you can't testify. If you're not competent, and you're not a witness, you don't have firsthand knowledge, you can't testify. They like them motherfuckers is like a mime, like a mime in that bitch speaking. They can't testify to nothing. When they go up in there and they speak, and I know they're not witnesses, I don't hear shit they say. I don't hear a damn thing. I mean, they mouth moving, they arms moving, but I don't hear shit. Mr. Mime, I don't hear nothing. You're not a witness. You can't testify. And I'm going to let the so-called judge know you're not a witness. You can't testify. But they ain't even gonna go to trial with me. I just beat 3 traffic tickets not too long ago. There was no order. They just removed the filing and sent it back to the chase attorney. That was pretty good. Hit that like button for me, y'all, if y'all don't mind. Hit that like button for me. Remember, y'all, all of this shit is easy. They are not smarter than you. 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 They just read. That's it. If you go to your local law library, like I've been telling y'all to, and you pull up what they call it, American Jurisprudence Pleadings and Practice Forms. All of it, they have the format for how this shit is supposed to look in these books. These people ain't smarter than you, man. They just know a different language than you, and they can understand this language better than you, but they are not smarter than you. When you're a kid and you first learn how to ride a bike or tie your shoes, you're gonna fuck up. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You just gotta keep trying. And keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. When I litigated my federal lawsuit and I realized, I said, damn, I do all of the shit the prosecutor do. I'm a fucking prosecutor. I do. When you litigate that suit in federal court or state court, you are a fucking prosecutor. You decide what evidence gets admitted. You decide what evidence that doesn't get admitted. If you properly object to it and you follow all of the rules and your arguments have merits and so on like that. That's what it is. Yeah, you damn sure right. Damn sure right. You damn sure right. You're not lying. That's why the rules are there. These motherfuckers are so corrupt. They had to give these motherfuckers rules. Cause they just so corrupt. They don't know what the fuck they doing. They had to give them rules. And they just fucking shit up. There's a lot of, let me see. That's it, Pharaoh. That's all you gotta do is read. They not smarter than you. All you gotta do is read. That's it. I can draft any motherfucking thing and file it in court, and it'll look just like an attorney did. And I mean anything. I don't give a fuck what it is. It's just how easy it is. It can be something I've never done before. What I'm gonna do is I'm either take my ass to the law library, that's one, or I'm gonna get online, I'm gonna do some research, and I'm gonna read some cases, and I'm gonna see what the elements are or the ingredients that I need to get this remedy that I'm seeking granted. And once I find out what these ingredients are, in other words, the facts that I need to plead, I'm going to plead these facts and only those facts. And I'm not going to talk about shit else because it's irrelevant. You see what I'm saying, y'all? It's irrelevant. But stay on their ass about their default judgment, because you're a whole fucking attorney. You probably been an attorney for as long as goddamn, as long as the sun been in existence. So what? I'm just exaggerating right now, but either he knew or should have known that they were not following the rules. And since I guarantee you, if your ass don't follow them rules, now if you pro se, they'll give you a little leeway. They might let you fuck up maybe twice, maybe 3 times. They ain't gonna let you keep fucking up though. You gotta follow them rules if you pro se. They'll be a little lenient on you, but you have to follow those rules. But you are an attorney. The attorney, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. The attorney the attorney for the police officers who I sued in my case, this motherfucker wanted me to explain to him all of the facts in which I based every cause of action on that I had against them police officers. I'm not finna do that. Motherfucker, you've been an attorney for like 30 years. You can read this complaint and you can base, you can take the relevant case law like I did and the facts and apply those facts And that case law and determine which cause of action is valid and which ain't valid. Just like the fuck I did. I'm not finna go through that shit. Now, what you can do, if you think my case is frivolous, why don't you file a goddamn Rule 12b6 motion to dismiss? And we gonna see who gonna win on that motion to dismiss. And when you file that motion to dismiss, I'm gonna file a Rule 12, I think it's 12C, for judgment on the pleadings on your motherfucker. I'm gonna move for summary judgment on your motherfucking ass. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I know that motion gonna get denied. I know y'all probably saying he country as fuck. Oh boy. Let me see, somebody sent me a message. What's good, DMV? Direct his ass to review that facts filed into the evidence. Can't nobody, if you ain't no witness, can't nobody file nothing. You ain't no, you can't file shit. You ain't no witness. If there ain't no cameras, oh my God, that's like golden. If there are no cameras, anything you say, if you're a witness, is the truth. If ain't no cameras, you don't have no cameras and no other witness who can testify contrary to what you're saying. Shit, everything out your mouth is the truth. I swear to God, they do this shit all the time, y'all. Them folks do that shit all the time, man. All the time. All the time. The whole purpose of discovery, I'm gonna talk about discovery a little bit. I really like going through discovery. It taught me a lot. The whole purpose of discovery is to get the evidence that you need in support of your claims. And they're going to get the evidence in support of their affirmative defenses. And they're going to probably send you some requests for admissions, some interrogatories. They're probably going to depose you, requests for productions or whatever. They're going to take all of that evidence and they're going to try to use all of that evidence that they got from you because you're a fucking witness. You testified. They're going to try to use all of that evidence that they got from you against you to get qualified immunity. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That shit ain't working in my case. When you filing your lawsuit, if you don't plead facts that show a clearly established constitutionally protected right has been violated, it's over with. You have to do it right then and there. You can't wait. You have to do it right then and there, or they gonna get granted qualified immunity. And you probably have to file another complaint or move for leave of court to amend your complaint and replead your case. Yeah, you're a witness. If that shit is made under oath, you are absolutely right. You're a motherfucking witness. You're a witness, man. You got to be careful what you say, man. You're a witness. I agree with everything you're saying. Because once you attack them in the personal capacity, things get it. Yeah, they always do that. This shit is personal. You are not authorized to violate my rights in no state statute. They can't do that. Y'all know why they can't do that? Because it's unlawful. They can't do that. So when they do it, they construe it as they're acting, the tortfeasor, so to speak, is acting in her or his private capacity since they're not authorized to do it in their public capacity. So this shit is personal. This motherfucker said, fuck your rights, you sovereign citizen. You think you above the law and you don't know your rights, so we gonna violate your rights. That's what they doing. So you who know what the fuck you doing, don't say shit. Just play dumb. Don't say shit. Just play dumb. And when you when everything is over, when you get out of jail, and you file your lawsuit against that. Just file your lawsuit. If they don't if there's no judgment against you, file your lawsuit. They playing games, man. This shit is always personal. I'm not finna sue the state. Now, if the state authorized them via a statute to violate your rights, then you sue the state. Then you can do what they call it, a Mondale claim, something like that. Well, you can't sue the state because they're gonna claim so-called sovereign immunity. That's what they like to claim, but they not sovereign. They're not sovereign. So you probably have to do it under something else. Hit that like button for me, y'all. If y'all don't mind, I really appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. Always go after them in their private capacity. This shit is personal. When they detained me on the side of the road at night because my car was broke down. My car was broke down in the middle of the road. They detained me because I didn't want to give them my name. That's why they detained me, because I refused to give them my name. They thought I had something to hide when I simply just wished that these leave me alone. I'm already tired. I just got off work. I don't have to give you my name. I know I don't have to give you my name. And when I asked this man on why are you trying to, what is the purpose of you trying to ascertain my name? This motherfucker said, because you broke down in the middle of my highway. You got me fucked up. I don't even know why he said that to me. I looked at his ass like he was crazy. You got me fucked up. Yeah, that was in Alabama. You broke down in the middle of my highway. I promise y'all, when he said that to me, I literally drafted my whole federal lawsuit in my head on the side. I'm not joking. I drafted my whole lawsuit in the side of my head on the side of the road and just played dumb the whole time. No, he didn't. I bet you he won't do it no more. He won't do it no more. It was actually 3 of them, but I couldn't ever serve the other guy. I ain't know where the hell he was. That motherfucker like Waldo. He was hiding. Couldn't find him no damn well. Let's see what time it is. 4:05. I'm gonna get off in about 10 minutes, y'all. But I promise y'all can do this. Y'all can do this. I hope the cases that I post in the community section on my YouTube channel are helping y'all understand this shit. You are not alone. You are not crazy. They have bonds. They have insurance. They're all corporations. They have EINs and DUNS number. I've never seen any of their EIN numbers. But if they got a DUNS number, I'm pretty sure that they have an EIN number, because I have a business. I have a DUNS number, and I have an EIN number for their business. Yeah, you're right. You damn sure. I should have did that. But they so corrupt, man. Them motherfuckers would go in the car, take your damn take your camera out your car, man. And if you don't have a witness saying that, other than yourself, saying that this happened, it's up for grabs for the jury to decide. But I always get a jury though, y'all. Always get a jury, because once you're arguing over the facts of the case of what actually happened, it goes to the jury, and the jury will decide what they believe is a fact on what actually happened. So that's why your story that you're telling in your complaint, when you draft your lawsuit, you need to make your story believable. It needs to be based on reason. Thank you, DM. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, you need to make your story believable. Because you can't, I promise you can do this. You can do this. Once you do it, you're going to be like, damn, that's it? This shit is it's just like riding a bike. You just got to keep doing it and just keep doing it. Shit, officer, if you have proof I committed a crime, then and only will I already knew that. I promise you I knew that. When he said that, this is what I did on the night of the incident. I was applying the case law to the set of facts as they were occurring on the night that it happened. When he said, that's why I asked him what was the reason that you're trying to ascertain my name. When he said, because you're broke down in the middle of my highway, that is not a crime. And no reasonable officer would believe that that is a crime. That's not a crime. So I automatically assumed, based on that, that I did not have to comply with that request because that request was unlawful. I knew that. Sunday, damn, I didn't even say the time. I'm sorry, man. I don't even know. I'm not going to be doing too much. I'll try to wait. Let me see what time it is right now. I'm going to try to wait until the afternoon. Let's say probably about 2 o'clock. Is 2 o'clock good for y'all? Sunday, I try to do it 2 o'clock, and I try to stay from 2 to maybe 4 Central Time, or maybe 5. We'll try to do it like that. I can't go too long because I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. They violated state law too. Yeah, that's why I sued their ass on the state law too. When they violate the Fourth Amendment, by default, they automatically violate the so-called Fourth Amendment in the state constitution. It might not say Fourth Amendment, but the reading of it is damn near identical. And the jurisprudence on it is damn near the same. So by default, they violate. If they violate one, then by default, they violate the other one. Does that make sense to y'all? Yeah, Central Time Zone. Central Time Zone. If y'all are, what time it is? Well, I'm closer now. I'm gonna get off here in about 10 minutes, and that'll be it. More minutes. So it's like off here. But if you are in a so-called state and they are the police officer has filed so-called criminal charges against you, if that is a statute, you are in an administrative agency, and a lawsuit has been filed against you. Yes, there is, Chris. What you need to do, Chris, is you need to, like, all right. Do you, let me ask you this, Chris. Do you read any of the case law that I post in the community section on my channel on YouTube? Do you read any of that? If you do read any of that, I was waiting on you to answer the question. Let me see. No, they're not law. They're not law. Only a sovereign can make law. If these motherfuckers were sovereign, why would they solicit your vote to hold public office? Why would they need your permission to change your constitution if they sovereign? Do you think that they would ask for your permission if they were sovereign? No, the fuck they wouldn't. They need your permission before they can propose any amendment to that. Let me rephrase that. They need your permission to amend the Constitution. You don't need their permission. The people everywhere, all over the country, can change the Constitution whenever the fuck they want. If you don't want a judge to have to be entitled to judicial immunity, you can do that shit with your Constitution. That shit, judicial immunity is a motherfucker. They can do damn near whatever the fuck they want with judicial immunity. That's exactly what it is. Corporate policy, because it's the state in its corporate capacity. Just barely found you. Okay, Chris. If you go to the community section of my YouTube channel and just go all the way down, just keep going, you're gonna see tons and tons and tons and tons of case law. That is how that is how simple the jurisprudence is when you go to a law library. What they do is they'll have a section, and let's say they might talk about bonds. They're gonna tell you about common law bonds, admiralty bonds. They call them statutory bonds. They don't call them admiralty bonds, but they call them statutory bonds. They're gonna tell you about them. And what they'll do is, after anytime that you read a sentence in there, there'll be a footnote behind that sentence. And that footnote, if you go down, like it might say footnote number 4. And if you go down to number 4 within that book, by that footnote number 4, there'll be a case law in support of that conclusion in that American jurisprudence book or whatever. And you can go and read that case, and everything that you saw in that book is going to be in that case. They gatekeeping down here in Florida. That's fucked up, man. So they gatekeeping down now. The law libraries that I have here, that we have here, I mean, you could just go in that motherfucker and you just damn near stay all day until they close. So we have it here. That's fucked up that they doing that in Florida. You would think that would be free. Are you sure they won't let you in there at all? What did they tell you, that you have to be an attorney to come in here, or you have to pay for it or something like that? You're welcome, Chris. No problem. Appointment only. Well, that ain't too bad, you know. So I would just, I mean, if that's what you got to do, then you probably just need to do it that way. Also, I use Case Text. Also, Case Text is really good. Case Text it costs, but there's a way you can do it for free. And I figured out the way that that you do it for free. I think I posted a video on that for y'all on my YouTube channel, but I don't really know. I'm so thirsty, y'all. Hungry. You're welcome, man. I really appreciate it. No problem, man. No problem. See you Sunday, man. Let me see what time. I got about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna get off in about 5 minutes, y'all. Cause my nieces and nephews, they got out of school now, and they just, when they see me, they just run up to me. That's all they do. They just run up. And all my nieces, they kiss me on they normally kiss me on the cheek. All of my nieces. And all my nephews, y'all motherfuckers is not finna kiss me on my cheek. Dap me up, nephew, or something like that. Well, you're not finna kiss me on my cheek. I would say just make that appointment, man. That's what I would do. And go on up in there. Do any of y'all know how to use a law library? Do any of y'all know how to find the cases? Like if you're looking on a bookshelf to find the case that you're looking for in a particular book. If you don't, let me know and I'll show you how to do it. Also, one more thing. I know I said I was going to be talking about equity a lot, and I am, but I want to know is that a particular CEOs for the videos? Because I'm trying to get deep down into that. I'm going to start drafting some bills in equity of my own, and I'm going to be testing them out to see what's going on. And I'm going to tell y'all if they work. I honestly think some of them are going to work, but like if you're trying to get an injunction for them for enforcing public policy on you for like driving and stuff like that, I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to issue an injunction in regards to that, because even though I think it would be the right thing and just thing to do, I think it's equitable to do. I don't think that they're going to do it because it's too controversial. They don't want people to know what the fuck that is going on. They don't want people to know what they're doing. And you're right, everything is equity. Everything. Pretty much. I think somebody told me that before. I don't know who told me that, but when they told me, it kind of flew over my head a little bit because I didn't really study equity for real. Kind of went over my head a little bit. But now that I've been studying it, it seems like it's very important. In my opinion, it's very important. Oh boy. Use a notarial protest and you don't have the deal. Is do you mean use that in any type of equitable matter or something like that? Because from what I was reading, when you're trying to resolve an issue before going to court, and you've made every attempt every reasonable attempt, and you're trying to do the just and proper thing, and they just don't want to respond, they're just ignoring you or something like that, you can I want to say is that I think it's called an estoppel or collateral estoppel or equitable estoppel or something like that. You can prevent them from going into court with this bullshit because you tried to resolve this shit before y'all went to court. Does that sound about right to you? Because you seem like you know something about equity. You may know more than me. I don't know, but that's a good remedy. Y'all don't think that's a good remedy? That is a great remedy if you ask me. You're trying to resolve this matter before going to court. You've made every attempt that you could within reason to contact them. You know that they got the paperwork. It's not. It doesn't matter if they got the paperwork and didn't read it. As long as they got the paperwork, is that matter? It's their fault that they didn't read it. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to resolve this before going into court, and they just ignored it. They're acting by not acting, or so to speak. If that makes sense? Then you can stop them from trying to get a judgment or something like that against you in court. It's 4:20 right now. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Stipulation to the facts. Yeah, stipulation to the facts. If there's a stipulation on the facts, you don't even have to go to trial. What the judge will do. That's why you do a motion for summary judgment. You're doing a motion for summary judgment because the facts are no longer in dispute about what happened. As long as the facts are in dispute, you can't get the court would not grant a motion for summary judgment. It's going to have to go to the jury for the jury to decide it. I'm getting thirsty. What time is it? I'm making time in a minute. All right, y'all. I'm a little thirsty. I'm tired. Hopefully, I help somebody out today. I just try to do the right thing. Let me see. At banks and real estate companies, a notary can be found. Who knows about notorious protests? Many notaries do not know that they're court. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that before. But I would say that they are an officer to to some type of degree. I haven't read any cases on it, but I would kind of say that they are to some type of degree. I could be wrong, but all right, y'all. Look, that'll be the end. I'm about to get up out of here. I hope everybody enjoys their day. Y'all be safe. It's Friday. Motherfuckers ain't got to go to work tomorrow. Sit home and not do nothing. Do what the fuck we want to do. And stop working for this worthless ass, these promissory notes or whatever. Sunday, y'all, about 2 o'clock Sunday, Central Standard Time. I have a call-in number and everything. And we'll see what we can do. If you order my ebook, please give me a review on my ebook. I don't care if it's a bad review. Just give me an honest review and let me know if I can improve on the book or anything like that. The book teaches you how to sue the police. That'll be the end. This video, I'm out. Everybody enjoy their day. Peace. How do I close this?